Hey people, it's NIyas713. Now this is our Black Inventors video. I'd like to thank Ancestors I think for telling me about this. Check out his page on Instagram. This is from On Tech Street. This is Black Inventors, Emmit Mchenry, inventor of the .com. On Sunday, March 15th, the .com internet domain name system turned 30 years old. Emmit Mchenry, a black man, gave us the .com system we use today. Before anyone ever heard of the internet, it was a simple government Cold War project. The original purpose of the internet was to create a communications network that could survive a nuclear attack. In 1979, Mchenry and his associates launched Network Solutions, an engineering company. But like many black-owned companies, they could not secure financing. Mchenry and his partners mortgaged their properties and maxed out their credit cards. The company managed to thrive, but the jewel in the Network Solutions crown was a contract with the National Science Foundation. The contract was for the U.S. government's first domain name addressing system for the internet. Mchenry created a complex computer code that allows ordinary people to surf the web and receive emails without having to study computer science. We know Mchenry's invention today as .com. Mchenry work appeared to pay off on December 31st, 1992. Network Solutions was the only bidder on a National Science Foundation grant to further develop the domain name registration service for the internet. Network Solution was granted an exclusive contract to be the sole domain name registrar for .com, .net, and .org. These are top-level domain TLD names that were a continuation of the work Network Solutions was already doing. In addition, Network Solutions also maintained Whois, the central database of assigned names. Network Solutions was awarded the $1 million a year contract to manage the domain name registration service for the internet. It turned out to be both a blessing and a curse. A black-owned company was the only company authorized to develop and issue internet web addresses. Network Solutions developed .com, .net, .edu, and .gov. Al White, a friend of Mchenry's who was hired to head up corporate marketing, said, "You have to understand," explains White, "we had no competitors for the bid, not AT&T, no one. No one really knew what this internet thing was, so it was not on anyone's radar. And had it not been for the head of the NSF at the time, it would not have been on ours either." Besides the domain name, Network Solutions was dealing with other sensitive government engineering projects. As the internet began to explode, Mchenry realized the company needed to grow. His problem was the $1 million a year government contract was proving to be a burdensome yoke. No matter how many .com names his company registered, they could not raise the price. Demand for domain names continued to explode, and Network Solutions grew to 400 employees. Mchenry applied to the government to charge directly for the domain names. The government refused and continued to pay the company $1 million a year, regardless of how many names it registered. Slowly, some people began to understand or at least be curious about the internet, and we started to get more and more requests for the domain name, said White. White pointed out the expensive task of building the technical infrastructure to handle such an emerging industry was costly to create, to say the least. "We had no income-producing model for this," White explains. "The agency, NSF, would not let us charge for issuing the names. That was part of the deal, and we had no idea the thing would move the way it did. When you hear it now, it seems crazy, but yes, we actually gave away all those domains for free. Had to." For help, Mchenry approached wealthy African Americans for investment capital, but was refused. Mchenry tried financial institutions and Wall Street. Again, he was turned down. Mchenry got some help from a white fellow engineer, but it simply was not enough. Mchenry was being squeezed. The demand for domain names continued to explode while the government insisted if he could not keep up, they would void the contract. The financial squeeze came to a head in 1995 when Mchenry sold Network Solutions to Science Applications International Corp., SAIC, for $4.8 million. Suddenly, within months, the government gave SAIC the right to charge $70 per year for each domain name. In addition, the company received a royalty or any other created domain names. This was the exact same request Mchenry made of the government. And I want to take a break. I want to say this is a reason why Tijuanian Black Americans need reparations, because this is stuff that happens. From the beginning of trying to build his company, lots of these white banks won't give him a loan or financing. Then the government switches up on him. It won't allow him to build his company or make money off of it through the rules, even though the demands are changing. However, the minute he sells his company and it's no longer black-owned, they do a 180 and start saying, well, you can charge whatever you can start charging and making a profit. That's not a problem anymore. Literally millions of people and companies were requesting so it just sounds. And going back to what I said, so the federal government, like always, has played a key role in keeping your Tijuanian Black Americans from prospering, from federal loans to stopping education and all the other stuff. Anyway, fine, finish with that. Let's keep going. Literally millions of people and companies were requesting domain names. As a result, a bidding war started for SAIC, which was swimming in cash. The big winner was a company called VeriSign Incorporated. Within a year, SAIC turned its $4.8 million purchase of network solutions into a $21 billion windfall. Today, Emmit Mchenry is founder and CEO of Netcom Solutions International Incorporated, a telecommunications, engineering, consulting, and technical services company. The company has received awards for IBM, NASA, and Lucent Technologies. It has revenues of $260 million and over 200 employees in Chantilly, Virginia, and Oklahoma City. Mchenry is not bitter about his .com experience. We misjudged the fact that demand would drive the telecom infrastructure, said Mchenry. Well, I don't regret anything. We spent a lot of time being engineering purists and we didn't focus on the capitalist potential. Still, Mchenry insists, a man should never regret selling at a profit. Earl Broughton, a close friend of Mchenry who also works at Netcom Solutions, heard Mchenry whisper, I could have been a billionaire. Now you know. And indeed, this is the story of many Black Americans cheated by government hypocrisy and unfairness. Anyway, I'm going to leave this and some other links in the description. Please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. If you want to support this channel, you can donate to my Cash App. If you want to follow me on Instagram, I'll leave that there as well. If you want to buy one of my t-shirts, I'll leave that there as well. Peace.